Hi everyone, I'm Hoodie Angel Brandon, and welcome to Legendary Heroes Claude. I'm actually a little surprised that Claude showed up this early. I was expecting him to be the next Wind Legendary because, you know, that makes sense, but instead he's here as an Earth Legendary. We got him a little early, so that's cool. And as a unit, he seems pretty dang solid, though I initially thought he was more OP than I actually do think he is now. Of course, obviously I haven't used him, so always a little hard to decide the strength of a unit just off of how they look on paper. I very much underestimated how much of a nuisance Crom ended up being, but as it stands, looking at Claude, he looks really good in player hands, particularly more as a player phase nuke and then like kind of semi hit and run style thanks to Fallen Star's gravity effect. Which, by the way, look at this nonsense and remember that apparently Leo, his Brynhilder, when it got refined, keeping gravity on that tome was way too strong apparently because they got rid of it. But no, Claude can have it. Claude can keep the gravity effect. that makes sense. Leo's obviously the most powerful character in Fire Emblem, and that's why they have to keep giving him bad versions, right? But anyway, Claude seems really solid for like nuking something and then dropping Fallen Star's gravity, and then like you can dance and repo him out. And Fallen Star does have that really solid 80% damage reduction, but it's only for that one that during that initiation, and then also the next initiation on or the first attack on the enemy phase, which is really good, and I think that'll give him some survivability, but it will also I think people are a little overestimating it, because yeah, it will let him tank a hit, but if you try and use him like you use Brave Claude, where he's a enemy where you toss him in and let him just heal himself up and take hit after hit, I don't think it's going to work as well, because he only gets that reduction one time, and then his defense and res aren't amazing, so without that heal, I think he's just going to get worn down after a few hits. I think he could maybe take 2 hits because of his really good speed, assuming it's not like a bow hit or something and he's not running Iota Shield. But I think if you try and toss him into a big pile of units, I don't think he's going to tank as many people as people seem to be thinking. But overall, he seems really solid in player hands, and then he could be really annoying on like AR defense or in arena. I don't think like legendary Crom levels of annoying, but pretty annoying. But just really solid. I don't think that he's like the new super tank that I've seen some people think that he is. But we'll have to see on that. But we are actually here more for Mila. I really want to get a copy of her. I do like running air on light season, but sometimes some of my teams want to have low HP, but I do like having air's sparkling boost healing for other teams. So having someone that I can kind of just plop on in place of air on like my Gale Force team and my Vantage team, and not have to worry about that passive healing would be nice. And also isolation is really solid. So I'd like to get a Mila. Actually, I'd kind of like 2 because I'd like to put her stance on Garen. Leaf is an alright pity breaker. He's not something I'm particularly interested in, but I wouldn't be too upset to get him. As for the other colors, green is going to be our backup. Looks really solid. Hell is still really good. Triandra is really solid. Annette is good, but I don't feel like I need more copies of her. I'd probably merge her just because her fodder is okay, but not mind-blowing. Def Res Ruse and Attack Speed Rally are both solid, but I just... I'd probably just merge. I do wish it was something with a little better fodder value, but nah, it's not terrible. And then red is our third pick. Distant Counter ×2, and then Altena to merge, I guess, because her fodder is not very good at all. And then blue would be our last choice. Naga's actually not terrible. I feel like at least until there are more Anima Mythics and Saros isn't everywhere, having Naga isn't actually that bad because she does give you kind of an out to Saros. And then Tiki is okay if you like armors, but I don't, so eh. And then we've got, who was the last blue? Oh yeah, Melody. Not terrible, attack, death, solo, and wyvern flight, and instant lunch. But I think I would have been more excited if it had been like Guinevere or something. So overall, colorless, green, red, then blue is going to be our order. I'd ideally like a Claude, 2 Milas, Triandra, and a Hell, but I know that that's very unlikely, so we're just going to try and get what we can get. I don't know how many orbs I want to dump into this, but as always, I've rambled too much. Alright, so let's just go ahead and jump in. Again, wasn't really expecting Claude. Okay, so we're only starting with one colorless. Wasn't expecting Claude, but not too upset to see him. He's still really cool. I like Dimitri a little more, but Claude's still really awesome. Opening with a Nana, that's not very exciting. Yeah, I just really want... green was our secondary color. I really want those Milas for fodder. I've been looking for her for a long time, so it's kind of nice that the new legend is actually someone that I don't mind. I was not expecting Claude, but we'll take him. Trying to get those extra bonus units for AR. Being able to just sacrifice a unit is very helpful. So it's also nice to have units that cover each season, even if they're not necessarily as useful utility-wise. I prefer utility mythics over what I consider the kind of the selfish mythics like Altena and I guess Freya, kind of, where they want to be more like the carry unit. I feel like they have a harder time slotting into a variety of teams. With that said, I actually am planning to vote for Freya on the Hero Rises banner, or not banner, but voting gauntlet. She's going to be my pick. I'd like to be able to just get her potentially without having to worry about this nonsense of legendary and mythic banners. But if not her, then I'm pretty okay with everyone. Edelgard is the least enticing to me, but even her I don't have, so it's not the end of the world if she wins, but I'd really prefer someone else. Even Saros, I have units who would want Dragon Wall, so that wouldn't be terrible, but I'm voting Freya. Who's everyone else going to be voting for? I'm curious where most people are going to be casting their votes. So far we've gotten nothing. Well, there's a Klein. That's the most exciting thing so far. Him and I guess that Legault that we got a little while back for attack tactic. Klein's always nice just for death blow fodder. Very solid skill, but not who we're looking for. Come on, give us a Triandra. No, just a Wrath. Wrath. Not helpful. Come on. Something cool. Ooh, there we go. There's a wheel. That's exactly what we want. Hopefully I can preserve some orbs. Bramimond comes back next month, and I'd like to get him. And there's also all the other banners in between. We do have a Moonbow banner, but I don't think Nyla's going to be on it, even though I really want her. I don't have the feeling that she's going to show up there, which would be kind of okay for me, because even though I really want to pull for her, try and get those Robin merge that I need, and just get the Nyla that I want for my young Marth. back-to-back summons are kind of painful, so I would like to have a little bit of a break, you know? And we got a Soth. He's not terrible. Life and death fodder can be useful, but still just not who we're looking for. Come on, Triandra or Hell. Oh, Big Sis. I still rarely see her, I feel. But Savage Blow is pretty useful to have as a budget C skill. Alright, last one of this circle. Echidna. Well, that's Drive Attack. That's also not terrible fodder, so could be worse, but, you know, for such a promising looking circle, that wasn't great. That was, I think, 12 summons in, with no real luck so far. Really wish that Mythic and Legendaries had the Spark mechanic. That would make them a lot more tolerable. Because, wow, you can just dump so much in there and not get what you're looking for. And that's painful. Come on, Mila. Mila, appear for me. Ah, Forest. I like Forest. He is cool, but again, just not what I'm looking for. Come on, Mila. Soth. I'll take some Merlinuses. Wings of Mercy and Wings of Mercy and Reposition is pretty nice to have. But this is not giving us what we need. Kagero. I already built my Kagero. I don't need more. I'm not interested in plus 10ing her, and even if I was, I've got enough copies for that, so no thank you. Come on. Ah, yes, there we go. There's a Mila. She was the one I wanted the most. Got that isolation. I'd still like a second one to give Papa Garen that bracing stance. Plus HP, minus speed. Not the best. I don't remember her stats off the top of my head, but I know she's bulky. I don't think she's very speedy, though, so I think she's actually really comparable to Saros. Saros is just a blue modern gen Mila, so pretty comparable. I think she's pretty bulky in def res with decent attack. I think Saros has a good chunk more attack though. But that's one Mila that we can save or fodder if we get a second one. But even if this isn't optimal IVs, she's still definitely usable. So very happy with that. Finally got something. All right. 3 colorless. That's very nice. Very nice. If I wanted DC, if I needed DC, this would also be really good to pull the reds randomly. Oh, is that my first Natasha? Yes, that is my first Natasha. Cool. 40 infantry flowers. I don't think you had great... yeah, close guard at 5-star. That's so sad. I would much rather... If she had close guard at 5-star, or at 4-star, I'd be really excited about her. But that's still 40 dragon flowers, and that's not bad. But, yeah, if I need a distant counter, this would be really good to just grab these random reds when I'm, like, heavily discounted. Like, if there's 1 or 2 reds at the end, that wouldn't be bad. What are the odds on that? Double Natasha back-to-back. I wish that had been double Mila back-to-back, but, you know. But I feel like every unit that I want distant counter on, either they come with it or, like, there's some specific fodder combo that they need. Like, I need Nyla's DC and Null Sea Disrupt for my Young Marth. So I've got, like, distant counter on Lif just sitting there because I don't know what to do with him, who I specifically wanted on, but... dropping back below 700 orbs, very sad. The 700 orb curse, I almost escaped it, but it's here again to terrorize me. Sakura. I love Sakura. When are we getting refines for the 3-4 healers? I got my hopes up when we started getting them for the 5-star healers, and then they just decided no. And now I'm sad. Sakura deserves a refine, but it's kind of okay because I feel like whatever refine they give Sakura is gonna just make me disappointed that it's not as good as Witchy Wand or Palm Staff, because those are both really good on her. I like both of those a lot, and she's probably just gonna get like an upgraded Fear Plus, and it's gonna be sad. Faye, you're not helpful. We're getting one of you for free in the 3 Heroes quest. Why would I want that? Why would I want another Faye? Ooh, there we go. 3 greens and 1 colorless. Almost want to take that red because again it's discounted, and you could get that distant counter fodder for cheap potentially, but I just don't need it. I don't have anyone specifically who needs it. Seliph was like the one case recently where I was like, I just need distant counter without any other skills. So if I still needed that for Seliph, maybe, but I don't need it that badly. Barst, the Repo Man, always nice to have. I am slowly playing my way through Shadow Dragon, but Barst is pretty much benched. I'm not using him. It's kind of hard to tell which characters are actually good, but I don't need him. I'm just gonna. I got 2 cavalry units right at the start. I'm just gonna use them to carry me all the way through. Oh, I guess we also got Jagan, but no thanks, Jagan. All right, come on. Setsuna, nope. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, jeez. Alright. Dude, there we go. There's another good circle. Come on, 1 Mila or a Claude. Be happy with either of them. I do prefer the Mila. Virion, I do not have any real preference for. I do not need Virion, thank you. Claude's what's it? The catch skill. It looks interesting, and I'm actually surprised it's cavalry and flyer locked. I saw some people say Thurseer would be really good with it, and probably, but then she couldn't get it. And then I've seen some people say like Cordelia. Ooh, Kaze's always helpful. Cordelia, Gunthra, and Reinhardt could use it pretty well. But I'm not totally sold on it. I don't like things that are dependent on the enemy's condition. It just feels a little wonky to try and make work. Although the enemy having 2 conditions potentially to work off of, and it being the enemy having like full HP isn't terrible. Definitely usable. But I was thinking, oh, maybe Morgan could use it, but I'd prefer usually to get her into desperation range, so a push skill is better. And there's a Jafar. I actually kind of didn't. I kind of forgot that you could get the 4-star special focus on these legendary mythic banners. So I'm glad he doesn't reset our very mediocre rate, but we're at 950, huh? So that's kind of cool, but was not looking for him by any means. I've already gotten several Jafars. Actually, back before we got Soth, I foddered one for life and death because I was just like, I don't need you. I don't use my Jafar. Come on. Hell or Triandra. Come on. Nah. We're getting kind of low. And we have not been having terrific luck. We did get the one that I wanted the most, but I would not say this luck has been great, even with that Jafar, because again, Jafar is just kind of eh. Oh, there we go. There's a hell. That makes things a little better. Gonna just slap you down on my defense team and call it good. Oh, plus attack. That's pretty nice. And she's got guard bearing and DC. There we go. And we'll go a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I still really like a Triandra, Mila, and a Claude, but getting 2 of the targets makes me feel a little better about this. Man, almost 200 orbs. Oof. Maybe I should stop right here. Come on, Triandra. Arthur, no. Arthur, no. Alright, come on. No. I wanted to see just a full wheel of colorless and green. That would have been nice. Oh, there's the second Mila. Yes! Alright. There we go. Target achieved. Minus attack plus res. That might be better than the one I've got. I don't know. I'll have to look at the stats and everything. She's not really a combatant, but like she might use the res, especially if I give her Dragon Wall, but nah. I think I'd still rather have minus speed, I think, because I think her speed is pretty low. 4 right here, so. I know if I was really gung-ho about Claude, like most people I would imagine are, I'd be very disappointed right now, but since I actually wanted 2 Milas the most, I'm pretty hyped about that. I would still really like Claude, but I don't feel like I need to rush on him. I'm not in a huge hurry to get him. So I think I'd really like Triandra, but I'm gonna call it here after this one. I think this was I got my main goal. I got one of the green units, and that is not that enticing as a pity breaker, and I don't need hell merges or extra hells to fodder. So I think I'd rather just I'd rather bounce with my 2 Milas and my hell. That's still pretty decent, and right on cue. So yeah, we'll call it here. It is tempting to keep going, but I don't need Leaf. Claude is just kind of he'd be really cool to have because I like Claude, but I don't really need him. I'm much less interested in legendary heroes than mythics. And Annette is not a super enticing pity breaker to me, and I don't need more hells. So going for I'd basically be going for a 1 in 3 chance on Triandra, and that doesn't sound quite good enough for me. So we'll just wait on her. So yeah, overall, that was over 150 orbs. It wasn't the most amazing, but we did get, what, 4 or 5 stars, I think, total across that. One of them was the 4-star focus, so kind of bleh, but still can't complain too much. Could have been much worse, especially since I got the 2 Milas that I wanted, and fishing a specific unit out of these banners tends to be painful. So yeah, thank you guys, as always, so much for watching and joining me on this little hunt. And best of luck to you guys on your summons, whether they be on this banner or any of the upcoming banners. And until next time, this is Hoodie Angel Brandon signing out.